The Seismic 7, Chapter 3, Part 2. Kinsey gives her an exhausted thumbs up, then dramatically collapses onto her duffel bag. The adults take turns lugging things into the cave, always leaving at least one person out to watch us. I notice. That raises the hair on the back of my neck. Dr. Greer and Miss McNamara stressed how secret this was. If we don't agree to help, how can they trust us to go home and not tell others about what they're doing? Or are they just going to make sure we don't go home? Wyatt and Todd wander to the edge of the flat overlook we're on, each seeming lost in his own thoughts. Kinsey walks over to join me. You've been to Yellowstone before? Which direction to the caldera and civilization's certain inevitable doom? Kinsey asked, holding a hand over her eyes to peer out over the park. I point south and pan west. We're in it. Most of the rest of it is that way. From here, it's barely possible to tell where the earth swells up in the middle or the wider caldera depression that Yellowstone sits in. We're closer to Sour Creek Dome than Mallard Lake Dome, both of which are places where magma underground is pushing at the surface. Obvious indications that something's going on down there. What do you think Professor Grumpy Pants would do if we said no? Kinsey asked next, more quietly this time. Can we even say no? I glance at the man currently standing at the edge of the cave entrance, casually leaning against the rocky wall. Kind of hard to when someone is literally asking you to save the world, Wyatt says, joining us. But I would like some real proof before we start. That wasn't entirely what I meant, but I nod. The wind blows past us, bending the tops of the spruce trees that dot the meadow below. Kinsey nods thoughtfully at Wyatt. Yeah, not to quote my obnoxious chem professor grandmother, but where's the peer review? Guys, this is Dr. Greer, Todd says, joining our little huddle. She wrote the book on volcanology. Literally, I'm certain her research is spot on. Todd, you just want to be the hero that saves the world, Kinsey says. Don't you? Todd says right back. Kinsey goes to retort, but at the full meaning hits her. She shuts up. I fidget with my jacket sleeves, trying to tug them tighter. I'm shivering and wish I could blame it on the wind, but frankly, it's hard not to shiver when you've just been informed that death might be waiting below your feet. There's an unbelievably picturesque view of Yellowstone in front of me, but my mind overlays it with images of churning lava and volcanic ash billowing up to block the sun. I don't think anyone can make fun of me for being jittery. Before we can continue our conversation, Dr. Greer walks out of the cave. Let's go, is all she says before heading back in. Everyone hesitates at the mouth of the cave. Going in seems like we're committing to the job, and I don't think any of us want to be the first to do that. But it looks like Dr. Greer is going to wait for us to debate. And they did say we'd get to see Dr. Greer's research at the campsite. So I guess if we want to figure out how legitimate this is, we should follow her. Come on, Todd says, grabbing his suitcase. Even if this doesn't work out, I'm not lugging all my stuff back down this mountain today. At least we can sleep here for a night. With one last glance around, we pick our remaining bags back up and head inside. One of the men follows us, and I pull my jacket even tighter as the cool cave air hits me full blast.